You're listening to Navid Moosa of The Mindset Movement. Good day, good people. My name is Navid Moosa. I'm your host today and always for The Mindset Movement, the podcast. Each and every week, we do our best to give you guys a little bit of opportunity to become a better person than you were yesterday, if that's what you want to do. We do that through life experiences, work experiences, and special guests. Like today. Today, we have on Mike Headley from the Mike Headley Real Estate Show, as well as CEO of the Headley Real Estate Group. Mike, welcome, sir.
Hey, how you doing, brother? I just want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity for being on this podcast.
Appreciate it. Man, thanks for reaching out. I'm glad, that you did. And I was looking on your YouTube page. And I see you're out there doing your thing. And, you're in North Carolina, correct?
I am. We're in North Carolina. Yes, sir.
So is it true they say about the down south hospitality? Is that true, or is that just on TV?
Well, I had to learn it because originally I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
Oh, right? Really?
Yeah. I'm from New York. I'm from Brooklyn.
From the tri-state, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. And what it is, I went to college out here, and I said to myself, okay, do I go back to the big city, start off, or let me see if I can make my mark down here. So, definitely, all my family's still in New York. I love New York. That's my heart is in me. If I wasn't wearing this, I have to fit a Yankee on the cap.
Yeah, exactly. How often do you go back and visit a lot?
Oh man, off, like I said, my parents is dead, my aunts, but believe it or not, I was back actually 3 weeks ago. We had which is crazy, and they said it happens in threes, but we had a duo. My great-grandfather, which is a blessing because he lived to be 98, he ended up passing away. Okay. And his daughter, which was my aunt, she passed away right behind him. So it was a tough one. Exactly. So I went back for a funeral. That was probably about 3 weeks ago, 3 weeks, a month ago.
Okay.
Double funeral.
So, all right. So let's go right into let's get into it. Right. So
let's talk.
You're from Brooklyn. You're now down in North Carolina. Now you had said you went to school there.
Correct. Went to college.
And what did you go to school for?
Oh man, the illustrious North Carolina A&T State University, which is HBCU, Aggie Pride.
All right. And what did you go for? What was your major?
I went for business management. And business management. I did. What it is, I transferred. I was at a community college. I said, listen, let me go and knock this degree out. Was it needed at the time? I felt, as I said, because I'm a kind of person, I just want to complete. When I start something, I want to complete it, because I didn't think about, should I kind of give this up? But let me go ahead and pursue it. And I got a funny story too, if you want me to add how I chose that college.
Yeah.
Okay. Complete transparency. I chose the college. I went on a college tour, and because in New York, John Jay, NYU, very expensive school. So I said I always wanted to do the whole HBCU thing. So went down to Howard in DC, went to Morgan State, went to Florida A&M and Tallahassee, and came to North Carolina A&T State University. That was the last college. And on that bus ride, there was these two twins that were so beautiful, right? So, and I really liked it one, right? So when she said, I said, where you going? She said, I'm going to A&T. I said, I'm going to A&T too. That's how I made my decision. Complete transparency. It wasn't school. It wasn't, look at this beautiful art we got here. Hey, we have this great athletic. Wasn't none of that. I was chasing the girl. But turned out to be a good thing because we're friends to this day.
Oh, that's dope. That's what's up.
That's right.
All right. So how many years has that been?
Oh man, that was okay. That had to be 2005.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Now it's funny. So my wife's from Hoboken, New Jersey.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
Right. So it's funny because you're talking. You said I liked it. And everyone from New York and New Jersey, I hear him say, I liked it. So I was like,
I know, right?
I'm like, there it goes right there. I think it's the most funniest thing, man. So you went, now was the plan to, okay, I'm going to go into real estate, but I at least want to have a background in business, or no, it was, I'm going to do something else.
Now, brother, you know as well as a lot of people, well, I know personally, friends I know, nobody plans that.
For real.
Totally didn't happen like that. What it was is that I was in school, and I had these odd jobs, and my last job that I ever had, let me back it up. Took a job in banking, and didn't kind of like that. Was there for a short period of time. Then I said, well, let me try this retail thing. Got a gig in Walmart. All right.
Okay.
I was working for the am I wrong for plugging a company? I wouldn't say that. Or what? Okay, that's cool. Okay, I want to make sure.
Yeah.
So went to work for this chain box at Walmart. So I was working there, and a friend of mine was doing the whole house flipping thing. Right. So I'm like, okay, well, wow, you so I know how you doing with that. So he was like, listen, come on, I can show you the game. He was a rookie too, didn't know as much. So we teamed up, we flipped a property. And once we flipped the property, we hired a broker, and this is leading to how I got to the company where I was at. We flipped the property. Within 3 days, property was under contract. We closed in 2 weeks because it was a cash sale, and he made $7,500, which cut into our profit. So I was like, hold on, how? I was like, I think I need to get my license. There it is.
There you go.
And that right there made me say, listen, let me get my real estate license so I can get these deals to flip myself. Didn't think about opening up a brokerage, having agents, none of that, right? The whole goal was so I can have the deals for myself. So that's how I was able to transition to getting licensed, get my license.
So you got now flipping was introduced to you by your buddy, it looks like.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
From that experience, you're like, well, wait a minute. Yeah, we made money off this side, but I could have double dipped and got my commission as well, right?
Correct.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, tell me what your mindset at that point in time.
Is
your mindset like, I'm going to run this world and flip everything? Or is it, I'm going to become an agent and just become the best agent? Like, are you an investor or are you a real estate agent?
You talking at the time when I became licensed?
At the time when you were getting your real estate license, what was your mindset? Where were you at?
Okay, well, let me tell you something about that, boy, because I got some stories for you. At the time when, first of all, I tell everybody it took me 4 times to pass the exam. 4 times. There you go. 4 times to pass the exam, and then the actual classroom exam, it took me, I think, 3 times. Working, doing all kinds of things, didn't realize that this takes tunnel vision, right? So after that time, after when I finally passed, it was like, yes, 10-pound weight off my back. My mindset then was, how do I get the deals so I can work both sides? And then think about me being a successful real estate agent. Okay. Now, here's what happens. Get my license in 2007, market crash, right? We had 2008, that bubble. Mm-hmm. We can call it, people can say it's luck, but I just call it, I don't know what your faith is like, but I strongly believe in God that he put you in positions.
Damn straight.
Then something told me I need to align myself with these big banks and institutions. So I became the foreclosure guy. Whoa, was I selling houses? Oh my God. I'm talking about, so what happens is, it was just an influx. I'm talking about all of the large accounts that you could have.
Everybody. Wells Fargo,
I had the account.
What BOA? Yep.
So Fannie, HUD, Freddie Mac.
Yep.
Just all small asset management companies. I'm talking about it was some, unfortunate times for some tough people. But was there some good times? It really was. I'm not gonna lie, it really was some good times. But I don't want to keep going. You go and ask some questions.
No, it's okay. It's funny because we kind of come from the same cloth. I got an 05. Okay. And my first listing was a short sale before I even knew it was a short sale. We got an offer for it and it was below the loan balance. I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I called the bank up and I said, well, this is how we do a short sale. I'm like, what the hell is a short sale? And they told me, like, okay. And then we got it. And then we got the close. They said, hey, do you want to work on foreclosures? I'm like, yeah, sure. And just like you said, it was a 2005, 2006, 7, and the bubble. So I was getting everything from everybody. And I was the REO specialist, right? I was like,
we got stuff in common.
That's what I'm saying. You said that. I'm like, you speaking my language, man.
That's it,
management, man. Cash for keys, all that stuff, man. We handle
going down to 5-star, go down to 5-star conference.
Yeah, man. We used to go down to Dispo, so all that stuff. So
that's right.
Yeah, so I understand that, and it's funny because not many people speak that lingo, right?
No, they don't.
Real estate license, and they like, consumer notices and disclosures.
Correct.
I'm like,
correct.
Where it is. You buying it? Yes or no? That's it. But it's kind of cool that that it's very rare that I speak to someone like that. So now you go to this. And you're selling REOs, you're selling them left and right and whatever. And I know, right? Yeah. You especially in 08, forget it, man. It's a wrap at that point. What's next at that point? Are you just
so
yourself? I'm just gonna do this just pound through REOs, or are you still looking at the investment side?
Okay, well, one is, here's the crazy thing about it, and I'll be kicking my. Can we use profanity on this podcast?
Hell yeah, man.
Okay, because I like sometimes curse words add a little emphasis to it.
Man,
but
let
me tell you, so I was kicking myself in the ass because I wish I'd have brought more properties. I brought some, but how would I have brought more, right? But what it was is, okay, let me back it. I was with the large brokerage because actually the broker who sold a house for me, did the flipping. When I got my license, I was connected, got a part of the company he was a part of. Okay. I don't want to mention their name, but large brokerage joined them, end up being the top guy at the office, right? Out of 100 agents, my team. So we rocking and rolling and we killing. I was just so busy. I literally I think we had 4 buyers agents. I was a listing agent, and I had 5 assistants and 1 virtual, right? I mean, here's the thing. I never forget this right here. 2013, August, the administrator who cut the checks came in office. She said, because I was averaging, and again, not bragging, but just to tell us a story, I was averaging about 15, 20 closes a month, average. She said, she's like, don't you know you had 35 closings in 1 month? I said, what, really? Like, because we was just so big. They was coming.
It's a machine, well-oiled machine.
So machine, exactly. So with my point in saying that was that the investment side was there, but it wasn't, the foreclosure took more of a higher role than me start investing because you answer asset managers, making sure, I'm present during cash for keys, making sure, well, I got some stories with that too, with the cash for keys, but I just had to be everywhere and making sure that even though my team, we was just extremely busy. So that's what the investment side wasn't as much of a priority as it was actually running the business. Yeah.
So was it not a priority because you were doing so well in the foreclosure side, or was it not a priority just because, again, I understand what you're going through with that, because it's a task-driven business. When it's REO, everything's time sensitive. 48 hours to do this, 24 hours to 72 hours to do this, getting
very much so.
Stuff. So is that why you're like, you know what, this is taking so much of my time, I'm not even going to bother with this? Or it's like, hey, the money's looking really good, the team's eating, I'm eating, I'm not going to bother with this right now?
Nah, well, actually, it was I would say the task, right? It's just that we were so busy. But when I did see a deal or two, I literally, and I said, if I had not, because, one thing about this world is, in the REO space, they don't want you to be, if you're listening, they don't want you to buy the property. They don't want to do the whole conflict of interest thing. Yep. But if there was other REO agents in my market and I saw it, then I would pick an offering. Sometimes I would win, right? So I did buy some, wish I'd have bought more. I really wish I'd have brought a multifamily. I'm kicking myself in the ass.
Well, hindsight's 20/20,
really want a multifamily. I know, right?
Yeah, what you say before, God's got a plan, right? His plan for
God's got a plan.
Yes, he wasn't exactly. Right then.
Exactly.
You weren't mentally ready to maybe get some of those, right? Financially, okay, but mentally maybe not there. So
correct, and that makes sense. That makes even actually making the transition, open my own brokerage too at the time. Because people ask, "Why did you do it then? Why did you do it then?" But I did that a little later on. Okay. So the busyness, task generated, just that I wish I'd have brought more, but the task took more of a high priority. That's what it was.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times when people hear REO or they hear you're an REO agent, foreclosure agent, they think, oh, it's very easy. You just sit there and get an email, you get all this business. You don't understand. You have to go to training, you have to go to certifications, you have to, like you said, 5-star, you have to go to, I can name, there's so many of them we used to go to all these different, they're in Denver and Cali and Texas, and whatever. Utah, yeah. We would go to all those different things, sir, and you would spend like, over 50 grand just in certifications and travel expenses. And then you got to pay the trash outside of yourself and hope you get reimbursed within 90 days. Stuff like
utilities.
Utilities. Then you got to hope that, any given time you can have like 60, 75 K on the street. Easy. Exactly. Easy. So I think, it's just simple. You just sit there and get an email. No, you have no idea, but you do, but yeah. So, you've given us all the rainbows, the sunshine, and good stuff. There has to be a story or an event of, damn, I screwed up. I could have done this differently, or no, everything is cool.
Okay, well, let me do you one a little better right before I got in it, because I did say flip the houses, but again, once I got into real estate, the REO just didn't pop off like that. I think I didn't get my first account until 2009. So I was 2 years.
2 years in.
2 years in, whereas though I was working with investors, the little $40,000, $50,000 house. I mean, I was out hustling, grinding, and I was working at the same time. I was working third shift. I was the night manager, third shift at Walmart. There was a time, actually, I shared it on one of my reels. Actually, we did about a couple of weeks ago. Went to a conference. You can relate to this. Went to the conference, knew in my mind that the funds was low, but with the expectation that I'm gonna get me an account because I can see it, but I'm going anyway. Went down to the conference, sitting at the bar, and you engage it because that's where the deals happen at, right? It don't happen in them classrooms.
That's right.
So where you from? Yeah, I'm in North Carolina. We talking, and 2 or 3 drinks go by, so I'm like, another drink. So he was like, oh, I'm gonna go ahead to the room. So I was like, yeah, I got it. I had my cash, I think I had like maybe about less than $100 on me. I think it came up to about 88. And don't forget the gratuity.
The gratuity.
So I was like, so I just put the 100 down, gave it to him. I think I probably had about $250 on my debit card. I mean, I had a little bit of money at home, but what I'm saying is that I was strapped for cash. This is a part where you really believe in yourself so much, believe in what you're doing, that I got this motto that I live by, is that you train your mind, which eyes can't see, right? So I knew that this is going to pay off. I knew it because I see others doing it. I just got to stick with it. So this is a part of me adding my ingredients to the pot. Let me pay for this bill right here. Sure enough, about a month and a half later, guy sent me an email. You're a part of our network.
There you go.
So it was like, and that's now, let me back it up. Not saying that one deal could have done it. It could have also been a culmination of maybe he probably talked with some other people, maybe because he did ask for some references, want to see what kind of person I am. Yeah. But maybe that was the cherry on top that kind of got me the deal. But how many people really would have done that? Like, I ain't gonna keep my money.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. So those 2 things I want to expand on. Your motto, where did that come from? And what made you say, I got this, I'll take this? Because it's hindsight. Like I said before, hindsight's 2020. $88, $100 for gratuity. That's not a lot of money. We say that now, okay? Back then, when you only got $250 in your debit card and you're spending 30, almost 40% of it's going out that one time, you could have easily said, nah, man, I ain't got this. That's on you. But something in you, something said, yo, this is it. This may not be the one, but this is definitely the way to go to get there. So talk about that. Talk about that perseverance, and talk about your motto. I love that motto. Where did it come from? Like, how long have you been doing on that?
Well, so I love stealing quotes of some books now, but I can't quite remember what book I got it from. But it was like years ago. I read it somewhere and it just stuck with me. I'll be honest, I don't know exactly where it came from, which book it was, but because I'm a heavy reader, you always got to have that thirst for knowledge to make yourself better. But yes, train your mind, which your eyes can't see, because it's the concept of I'm planting this seed so I can get this harvest later. And I knew I was planting them seeds, small conversations in the hallway. Hey, how you doing? Here's my business card, a little joke every now and then. What do I do to be so impressionable to make me stand out from the others? And ultimately, it's not being because some people can be phony. I am who I am. This the way I am now. I'm like this all the time. And actually, account that I did get, she literally, on the asset managers, had me waiting for probably about a good year and a half. Always seeing, hey, we talk small talk. Actually, we all went out, we eat, you know how it goes. And she said to me, I just want to see what kind of person you are. But one thing I can say, you the same one. I'm like that. I'm the same all the time. And that I would say, now I'm not going to compromise myself for no one. I'm always be who I am, accept me for who I am. And I think that natural part of who I am, people appreciate that, I just think that, you be a good person and always be true to yourself, because when you're not true to yourself in situations, you'll be unhappy with yourself because you was really, really never you. And I'm always be me. I don't give a damn nobody think. I'm always be me.
And you should. Anyone should, not just you, me,
correct,
anyone. Anyone listening to this, anyone watching this with the YouTube spot, whatever.
Correct.
You guys shouldn't. So on the flip side of that, has you being a minority, any issues? Has it come across?
Listen, we could talk about it, but now I'm being honest. Have I experienced some form of discrimination,
Yes.
racist? Now, blatantly in my face, probably not, but I would say I was a part of this this part of a network, one of these companies, and it's probably about 4 of us in the area. All of our offices about 10, 15 minutes apart from each other. We all do the same thing essentially. But I seen that a ton of business is going to this one brokerage. Now, one thing about me, I'm no hater. What's for me is for me. It is what it is, right?
Absolutely.
It's going. But after a while, it's like, yo, hold, what's going on? So I emailed the guy, and actually, this is a cool story here. It's good and bad. Hope people don't take it the wrong way. But I emailed the guy, and the guy name was John. I said, John, he's not even in the business no more. I said, John, I'm noticing that, because the great thing about it, we can actually look in the system because you can't hide it. We can see where you're sending it. Hey, John, I seen that, John Doe is getting a ton of the last 5 or 6 properties, a few minutes apart from each other. My scores is 100. We all do the same thing. Something I'm not doing, something I can improve on. Couldn't really have no words for me, right? I said, okay. I said, it got to be something else. So after that, maybe about the next day, 2 more goes. So I call the guy up. I say, John, come on. I mean, we just had a conversation. Then I don't know if you experience this. Anytime people have like a little something over your head, that's why I don't work for nobody. I work for myself. They do this thing of not all, do this thing of I'm the boss, you're the little guy. Like hold this over you.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Look, the sarcasm was coming out. Now,
one thing put you in check, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. One thing about me, I gave everybody respect. I'm not going to talk to you crazy. My tone's going to be good. My body language, my facial expression. But what I'm not going to tolerate is you trying to disrespect me. So what I told him, I said, John, listen, I just asked you from a business standpoint. Right? Okay, let's, because I already knew I was getting no business after this, but I had to set it straight. I said, look, let's make this clear now, right? Let's make this clear, because they was in the state right next to me. So I said, listen, let's make this clear. You a man as well as I am. I know you work for X, I work for myself. If we got any problems, we can meet up, have a conversation. If you open to that, oh, no, I'm not. I said, so let's watch how we talking to each other. I get the business. If you don't want to sit, it's fine, but watch your tone when you're talking to me, please. Because I love to come down and have a conversation with you. And I knew I wasn't getting no business after that. So, and sure enough, I didn't, but they ended up losing their account about 6 months later and somebody else got it. So I say that to say, not being a tough guy by no means. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that it needs to be good, clear communication when you're just dealing with people, good people skills. And he lacked them. Not only me, other people said the same thing as well.
So and I'm glad you mentioned that, because again, to your point where you paid that bill at the bar that night, and then the communication, what I see especially within the past 2 years, is a huge influx of investors. And I say investors with quotes around it, right? Because there's people just they'll watch something on the social media, channel, and watch 4 or 5 videos, 3 o'clock in the morning, and say, I'm an investor now. But that's really about it, right?
Correct.
And we're seeing a lot of them. And I think communication is really
vital.
It's vital is an understatement. Right?
Correct.
It's so vital, and it's underestimated. It's vital. I mean, I can go on and on, and so could you, I'm sure, on it. But can you speak on the best ways to communicate? Because I think, and here's why I say this. I've got a teenage son at home. He's got friends, obviously. He got family and friends in general. And I'm noticing that the youth, not that I'm super old, I'm 47, still young. They are having a hard time communicate right now. Okay, because they were so shut down. You're home, homeschooling, this home, everything's virtual. You and I are Zooming and stuff like that, right? That was their everyday. Now, correct. We're states apart. They were houses apart, yet they can only Zoom, right? And now tell me if you're not seeing this, okay, but if you are, I would like you to elaborate on it. I'm seeing a lot of the younger generation having a hard time counter I don't want to say counteracting, but basically counter offering in a discussion, right? You and I can disagree on something and still be respectful about it. And it's almost like, hey, we'll just agree and disagree. Next topic. That's it. We're done. I don't see that. I honestly don't see that in the younger generation. I unfortunately am seeing kind of like, oh, well, okay, you don't like this, screw you, but everyone's text tough, right? All doing other stuff like that. And that's it. And I tell my son, I said, listen, like my son's not on social media, at least not that I'm aware of. And, I tell him, listen, everyone's on there he's on it, but not like on it all the time. I said, a lot of people are going to talk to you in a way that makes them comfortable because they can't see you and face you and look into your eye.
Exactly.
Right. I said, so you can't take for what they say with the grain. Just take it with the grain of salt. It's not that big of a deal.
Correct.
Have you been seeing that? Like you have your own brokerage, you have your own agents. I know I was speaking to your media person even before we got on.
Right.
She's relatively young and stuff like that. Have you been noticing that with the youth coming into this business of real estate in general? Or are you seeing any kind of communication issues?
Well, here's what I'll add to this. This could be a plus or this could be a negative, right?
Yeah.
This right here has been a plus, particularly, I would say, my business. I'm quite sure probably yours. Yeah. You can Google anything, YouTube, anything you need to know. This right here is your safe haven, right? Now, the other side of it, right? If you don't watch, guide it, and monitor it, it can lead you down, I think, misery in terms of the consumption use of it, right? You're taking and watching TikTok videos, watching YouTube videos, whereas though it's not a plus. So I say that to say, let me back it up a little more. I was at an event where we put on something at the office for the youth. As soon as we went in, everybody like this. Everybody on their phone. Just text, right? So the first thing I said, hey, check it out. And everybody look up, please, respectfully. Could you please put your phones away? Because what I'm about to tell you, I would love for you to engage, and we got something for you at the end of the night. So you got to be tuned in, right? So they was attentive at that. But they're so used to this here that is causing a major, authentic, natural, physical communication, right? Have I seen it far as with younger professionals kind of getting into businesses? Yes. I mean, whereas though the communication is not as crisp and clear. If I'm unsure about something, now I'm a firm believer in sending emails immediately after we have a conversation, particularly we're talking about going on a contract. But pick up the phone, let's talk. Yes. Hey, listen, let's pick up that phone. Hey, listen, you sent this contract over. Wasn't quite sure on X, Y, and T. Get a little clarity on that. And then we can follow that up with the email if we want to have a transcript, because we know some agents do get amnesia. We know that now.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, we do that. So boy, they be like, what you talking about? But
they be having that fudge. Yep, absolutely.
Forgetfulness. So I would say is that, yes, I have seen it with the younger generation. And if you are watching this, there's nothing wrong with it, but there's nothing wrong with just having that verbal conversation. And there's nothing wrong with picking up that phone to make sure that whatever communication that came towards you is not misconstrued or you interpreted the wrong way. Pick up the phone. Maybe it could have been something that the other person,
yes,
when they sent it over, didn't really mean it, because the tone is everything, right? We'll read something and be like, well, why is seem like they said something little, but if they talk to you about it, like, okay, they didn't mean that.
Yeah. So actually, I barely talk about this only because not many people get it, but you nailed it. The tonality is everything, and that's whether you're an investor or if you're talking to someone with probate or divorce, tax sale. You can't talk to them in the same tone. It's all different. And you're right, picking up that phone, because yeah, we got to have everything in writing on contract, because we got a CYA all the time. I understand. I get that. But like you said, you're reading something. I don't know what tone that's in.
Right.
And that could be misconstrued within like 5 different ways. I have no clue. But you pick up the phone and say, hey, I got this. Let's talk about it real quick. Okay, so here's what we agreed on. So just real quick, this is what we did. Boom, 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 boom. All right, I'm going to email you when we hang up to confirm everything I just said. Thank you for your time. Click. And then go on from
exactly.
there. Right. But I want you to talk about tonality, and obviously you invest, you flip, stuff like that.
Correct.
And you're a broker as well. So you have agents. How many agents do you have? I was looking on your website.
No, we have 14.
Okay.
13, so 14. Yeah. 13, okay. 14. Yeah.
But 13, 14 agents. How is your tonality with the seasoned agents compared to the rookies, if you will, respectfully?
Well, one, I always make the tone across the board, even with my actual staff. We got two front end office assistants,
Okay.
one, and then we have we actually got two media people. The tone is the same. Why? Because I want them to know, and I'll tell you how that tone is, but I want them to know that everybody's treated fairly. No one gets preferential treatment, especially coming down from me. So, but the tone is the topic we're talking about. It can be sometimes kind of direct, but respectful at the same time, right? My pitch, it can be kind of low, right? I'm not going to raise my voice because you know what I mean. I don't want to insult nobody, but at the same time, I want the message to come across as clear. Yeah. Now, to answer your question, as far as some of the seasoned people, they kind of get it already, right? So, I mean, not everything, but they get it. So I don't have to be as, hey, what's going on? It's like, hey, how's things going? Because again, it's their business. We tell them all the time, is I'm just here for support, help you out situations, but you drive your own train. With some of the new ones, you know, still the tone is still polite, but it's like, if you don't take your X, Y, and Z, you won't be successful in my book, right? Because I'm experienced at it. So the tone is direct, but just a little more stern to it, but still very respectful though.
Yeah, and I think that's important because I'm not a broker, no interest in being a broker.
Okay.
Being a broker at all. I have my own office, but I find it somewhat difficult because of agents are coming in. The seasoned agents get it. The new agents get extremely sensitive really fast. Because even if you tell them, hey, listen, you kind of messed this up, but not a problem, we can kind of fix it. And immediately they crumble. Like, they're not scared to talk to me, but they crumble. They're worried, like, oh my gosh, am I going to get sued? What's going to happen? They're going to fall apart. It's like, whoa, take a deep breath.
Exactly.
We can get through this.
We can work through this. Exactly.
We can work, that's that big of a deal. But then the downside of that is, and this kind of goes back to the previous of the communication side, is when I say, well, when you talk to the agent, what was the thing? Well, here's what they said. Did they say that via email or, oh yeah, it was the email. Have you talked to this agent? No. So you've never picked up the phone and actually talked to this agent? No. Have they called you? No. I'm like, damn, look what's going on. I'm not, again, why is that art lost? Why? I'm not saying I get it. We're all busy. We multitask. We have things in the world. I absolutely understand that. But you are representing a client. And to do the best due diligence for them is to make sure that everybody, too often, if you listen to this, and if you're a brand new agent, please listen to this part. A lot of the times when a list agent and a buyer agent go into contract, it becomes a us versus them. When it's not, it shouldn't be, oh, we're the list side, we're the home team, you're the buy side, you're the away team, we're going to beat you. No, this is, hey, listen, we're on mutual grounds. You have a product that we happen to have that you want to buy. Let's get this sold together. But a lot of time it becomes this us and them kind of stuff. And it can, I would say 95% of it can be resolved by just simply picking up the freaking phone. That's it.
I got a story to add to that.
Go ahead.
New agent. I could tell he was new. You always could tell some of the new ones.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
It's not a shot. It's not a shot now.
No,
people it's not to me. But usually seasoned ones can tell the new ones and they get in the business, right? So again, he had this me against you thing, right? Which is crazy to me. Our whole objective is to close the deal, take our clients, and everybody could walk away happy. We get paid.
Right.
I was a buyer's agent. He was a listing agent, and we had inspections. We had a peer requests. Buyers want some items addressed, and he was just like sending me these emails. It was just not going well, right? So I sent the email back. I said, listen, I forgot his name. I said, listen, how about we have a conversation, and whenever you get time, give me a call. He called me about 2 minutes later. So I told him, I said, listen, let's work together as a team. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, or I don't think you're doing that to me. Let's make this thing happen so we can keep our clients satisfied. Mm-hmm. I said, he was like, well, you send me with a peer request. My seller's not going to sign. I said, how about we do this right here? And again, I'm not telling you what to do. To me, you got to emphasize that.
Yes.
Yes. I'm not telling you what to do, but let me take the lead a little bit. Let me send you an email and I'm going to craft it. You sent it to your client, and chances are they'll start doing the repairs. When I got finished with it, Seller said, okay, cool. We okay with the repairs. It was about 20 things. They agreed to do 17. Not a problem. Gave the buyers a credit. And we end up closing, them thanking me later on. So my point in telling that story, new agents, that when you get into the business, just like the gentleman said, do not come into it like you against me and I need to protect you do have to protect your client, but the other agent has that power. The other agent can guide and direct their client, right? They can't make decisions for them unless they give them that power of attorney, but they can guide and direct their client. So you want to have a good transaction with them, because you might see them on deal 2, 3, 4, 9, and 15.
Listen, I wish we had more brokers like you.
I know.
So I have a course, it's the basics, the agent tour, and
okay.
And I talk about that in there. I was like, listen, so you graduated, you passed your class, you took your test, congratulations, now you're a realtor. What the hell does that mean? You forget everything you just learned in your class, because when that contract comes in your face, you're like, shit, what am I supposed to do? You forget everything, exactly. Right? And brokers, too many times, brokerages turn around. And I know, yes, I'm a realtor. I'm sure someone from NAR are probably gonna be pissed off all this. I'm speaking shit on brokers, but I'm just telling you the facts of being in this business for 15 plus years. Most brokers, in my experience, come across are just legit pimps saying, hey, listen, here you go make me some money and go bring that check back. That's it. I mean, that's just how it goes, stuff like that, right? But it's very rare and it's refreshing. So thank you for saying what you said, because I think a lot of agents just don't realize, especially the new ones, that when you come in, I don't care if you pass the test on the first time. That doesn't mean nothing. That just means you know how to take a test. That's all that means. That just means you studied your shit. You studied your ass off to pass it. That's it. It doesn't. I know someone who took the test one time and is now working at Target. I know someone who took the test 7 times and is a multi-million-dollar producer every single year in and year out. So passing that test don't mean a damn thing.
I got to interject on that. Actually, I had this conversation with one of my agents the other day, and I said, that person that took 4 and 5, 7, 8 times, I want them. I want them.
Damn straight.
Because I want them, because that shows perseverance. It shows that they're willing to go through the fire to get what they want. And that person's going to be a beast. And actually, I read an article with somebody, I forgot what state it was in, that it took him 7 times. But then once the guy passed, the guy's selling multi-million-dollar homes. He's a beast, because it was already in him. And that part there, which I tell every agent we interview, we bring them on board, I can't teach you that part. As far as that beast mode, right? That hunger, that grind. I can't teach you that, right? So my thing is, you can acquire it, but that comes a part of how much you're gonna pour into yourself, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Two is so many words out there, but 2 important words I tell every agent when they coming on board is be prepared to be inconvenienced and sacrifice. Them 2 things there. So what happens is you come into the business, and sometimes people have to, because I think I held on to my job for about 2 years before I kind of quit.
Okay.
You got a job, fine, it's not a problem, because you'll know when you're ready. The audacity for me to tell you to quit your job, you know your financial situation. So it'll be times where as though fun and sexy is you can't be a part of that, right? If you really want to be that top performing broker, you got to sacrifice a lot of things. And then inconvenience. Hey, listen, I just came into town. Can you show me this property 6 o'clock on a Saturday? You have plans to do something else. So I mean, I get it. You want to have fun, but you pouring back into your business. You're gonna be inconvenienced. Like, you ready for that? And I tell each and every one of them, they come on board with me. Okay, congratulations. You're a business owner who happens to have a license to sell real estate.
Yeah.
That's what you are. You're a business owner.
Yeah,
that's what you are. So I'm a broke. No. You're a business owner, right? Because it's going to require money, time, and attention to this to grow your business, right? I've always have my mind, and sometimes it frustrates me. How dare you be upset of your results when you didn't put in the work?
That work, that damn straight.
You didn't do anything. To me, here's my thing. I had a few brokers that they said that I want to leave, go another broker, go to another brokerage. 9 times out of 10, they never produced anyway, which is crazy. But the ones who produce still here. So what it is, because they want to see if the grass is green on the other side. A lot of times is, and I had a conversation with one, I said, listen, I just talked to you, Mike Headley, professional. Now I'm gonna talk to you, Mike Headley, man to man, as if we was on the street. I said, brother, what really kind of got me to where I was at, guess what I did? I looked into the mirror and I said, what are you not doing?
Yep.
How bad you really want it? Like, what are you not doing? Right? I could blame it on the company, my wife, my kids, my dog. No. What are you not doing? Right? Okay, if you work a job Monday through Friday, what about the weekends? What about the night when you come home? It's plenty of time. Plenty of time. But what it is, but then Netflix, hang out with the friends. Oh, that's dead if you want to get a business going.
Yeah,
that's what it is. You're a business owner who happen to have a license to sell real estate. I digest. Go ahead, brother.
No. That I mean, you hit it on. I mean, why I tell my agents something similar. I say, next time you say that's hard, don't say it's hard. Say, I'm not willing to do what it takes to get it done. Say that instead. I like that. And when you say that, you're now putting accountability onto yourself. And if that doesn't hit you, you're in the wrong business. Not just real estate, you're in the wrong business of being in business.
You literally.
You ain't gonna make it. I don't care if you
I
don't care if you're flipping houses, you're flipping concrete. I don't care what you're doing. You ain't gonna make it anything if you can't turn around and say, I'm not, like you said, you can't get pissed off for the work you did. You didn't put the work in. You know, a lot of times they just come in and think, I've had agents come in or leave. I had one to send me this little Dear John email not that long ago and talked about, with COVID and all this stuff, and the business has changed and my role in the team has changed. I'm just going to go ahead and pursue this and take a job. I'm like, cool. I just simply replied, okay. That was it. Nothing else. Because I'm like, I can't, it's easy to, like you said, everybody wants to blame the brokerage. Oh, you're not marketing enough. I'm not getting leads. I'm not doing this. What are you doing? Because you became a 1099, a self-employed individual when you came here. You don't have a job. So what do you think? You're a marketing specialist, you're IT, you're HR, you're everything. That's what you are. You're not just someone who just turns around and sits at home and waits for the phone to ring. You got to make that phone ring. You got to make the text messages go. If you make the phone ring, make the emails come in, you got to make it happen. There's no other way to do it. Now, like you said, the hustle, I can't teach you, but what I can do is put you in the environment around it. And if you can feed off of that, right? So here, every Wednesday, we have team meetings. We do driving for dollars first thing in the morning. We come back, we do skip tracing, and then we go into our meeting. After the meeting is done, I have lunch brought in for everybody. We eat lunch and just chop it up for about 45 minutes or so. And then what we do cold calling from like 1 to 3 for 2 hours straight. Everybody's just doing cold calling from the skip tracer because we just got for doing driving for dollars.
I like that. Nice.
And for 2 hours straight, yo, bro, when I tell you, man, Headley, when I tell you the energy that's in this office on that one day, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Really? We easily get like 4 or 5 deals just from the cold calling and stuff like that. It's like, yo, boom, 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 boom. And it's a good mixture. It's, hey, we can't buy it as is, but you know what? We're a real estate company, so we'll go ahead and list it for you too.
Nice.
Have a realtor come for you. So this way, and we're going to go to even if someone says, I'm not sure what I want to do, not a problem. Here's what we do, Mr. and Mrs. Home Seller. We're going to send one of our investors out as well as one of our agents out. They're both going to give you an offer. Whichever one works for you. There's no hard foul. If you want the listing agent will have the listing docs. You want the investor offer, the investor offer have the sales contract there with you. You get to pick or choose, and that's really about it. And that's it. We're done. And I'm telling you, man, that goes and just that energy. And we've had people come and go. We've had people come in and say, yo, I want to be part of it. We come on in, we bring them in, they sit with the meeting, they get all amped. We're like, okay, here's your list. Start calling these people. Okay, cool. And they go home. We never see them again. They don't. What it takes, it's not as easy as people think.
Correct. And you see, you just hit it on the head right there. It's not as easy as people think. I think another thing out there is the false narrative. They look at these selling whatever, Chicago, Tampa, New York. They look at these shows and they really think real estate is really like that, right? Listen, new agents, not saying you cannot sell $1 million home. Of course you can. You can sell a lot of $1 million homes, right? Don't forget TV sensationalized things. They make it bigger than what it really is, right? So have to have the reality that it takes a lot of hard work to even get to that level, right? The networking, the parties that you possibly have to throw to get these clients to know, like, and trust you. right? It's a lot of effort and a lot of more money that you got to put back into your business to get a return. Forget it's a business.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. There was a show, funny you say that. I can't remember what it's called, but the gentleman listed the property and then the sellers, he represented them as buyers. And to his credit, this show only lasted for one season. It probably lasted for one season because it was probably the most realistic show out there.
Okay.
It didn't have.
They didn't want that.
They didn't want that.
They didn't want that. Yeah.
Dude, when he listed the property, he made $14,000 on a commission check. Okay, he listed it.
Mm-hmm.
When he sold them their new home, okay, he got a $17,000 check. However, he spent $13,000 in advertising on the listing side of it. So his 14 grand commission check,
correct,
when he sold it as a listing, gone out the door. But he said it. He was like, here's what I spent. And people were like, oh, well, you work for free. He was like, no, I didn't work for free. I got them this deal over here. So I made 17 grand on this. And don't you think they're going to tell their family and friends about what I did for them and get that thing done?
Planted seeds.
That's not sexy on TV. That's not sexy on these TV shows. It's not at all. That doesn't sell ratings. It doesn't, right?
I need to throw a drink on you.
Yeah,
throw a drink on you.
Yeah.
You pull your hair.
Pull your hair or something like that. Throw you in the pool or whatever.
Exactly.
It's just like, it doesn't. And I'm like, yo, but that's what it takes. Like, my son was watching it. He was like, is that true? I'm like, that's truth right there. See that? I see, because he's like, you never watch these. I said, I hate these home flipping shows. I flip houses all freaking day. So the last thing I want to do is watch this. But this here is realistic. This is what it's really about. The amount of time and money, it's a relationship building. The amount of relationship building you got to do, the networking events, the one-on-ones, the group, the stuff like that, the fake smile you may have to put on at, because someone's
exactly, occasionally, correct.
You have to do it. I'm not in the rap game or hip hop, anything like that. But I remember that I remember that one song, a rap superstar, and it was like with Eminem and the dude from Cypress Hill. And he said it flat out. He was like, he put that fake smile on, and you have to just shake hands with them and stuff like that, because you got to bite your tongue, because you're going to see each other every single day in this industry. So you just got to put that face on and move on and stuff like that. Now, having said that, it doesn't mean you compromise who you are, though. Sorry,
exactly. And I was just going to add, I want to back it up. Well, to the point you just made, and we talked about the racism and discrimination thing. And even with us, as I don't know about yourself, but even minorities in the business, it can be a little trying. It could be a little tough.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Particularly down in the South, right? Because I think it's not normal to see us in that position a while. Number one, let me tell you something. We're gonna keep it real. When I was number one at that office, had to be about 100 agents. Boy, they was hating it, and I was loving it.
You're loving it.
Boy, I was
eating it up every day.
Boy, I was listen, let me tell you, it was like when awards came, it was like, just give it to Mike. His team gonna get it. Well, I was eating it up. And so I'm like, but my point in saying that is that if you run into them situations, I would say always take the high road. Always take the high road when you get in situations. So this way you don't fit the stereotype where they think how they think you were supposed to act.
To get that action out of you, like, oh, we told you,
exactly.
This kind, act this way.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. And so that's why I was going to say this here is that's why anytime, like with my agents or my team members, when we get on the phone, when we get one of them agents, actually we just had when we had a closing a few days ago, this agent, he was just really picking at us, right? Just with his sarcasm. And I'm on the phone. I have my way. It's all about your wording and your tone to be respectful and still shut them down, right? And a lot of times you let them vent, let them get them off, let them vent, okay, get off. And if they yelling, you take the low tone approach. Then what happens eventually, they'll come down to it and they'll match your tone, right? And then after a while, you'll take control of the conversation and lead it the way you wanted to lead it.
Yeah, that patience of that right there, like that's huge. Like if you can teach that, 'cause I think a lot of times, and again, I think it goes a credit to you, your background, and how you take care of your agents. It's just huge. First off, secondly, brokers are too, in my opinion, the ones I've come across, brokers are too busy just saying, "Did you get the deal? Did you get the deal? Just the contract done?" and stuff like that. That's fine, but take a step back. Training. I get it. Training isn't sexy. Training doesn't doesn't make you that immediate cash, But let me tell you, proper training, especially mindset training, is a
Mm.
steady cash flow of coming into your brokerage, and you have a happy agent. And a happy agent is a producing agent.
That's it.
Because now they know when they have a combative, a standoff agent against them, they know how to hit, fire with fire. And they know that, you know what? Okay, you want to go and throw these jabs? Guess what? I'm gonna die. I'm gonna weave and bob over here and stuff like that.
Right.
And you can throw jabs you want, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not gonna take them, but I'm not gonna back down either, because my broker taught me how to just keep it steady, keep it a steady kill, keep it going every single day and stuff like that. And sooner or later, I'm gonna wear you out, because you're gonna be all here yelling and screaming, my clients aren't gonna do this, my clients are gonna do that. I'm never gonna raise my voice. I'm never gonna change my tone. And then you're gonna be so tired, like, why am I yelling so much? Why am I being so? They're gonna realize that sooner or later. But that comes with patience, and that comes with, a good solid broker and a good solid training program, in my opinion.
And I was just going to add some more caveat to that. Is everything you said is great, and knowing your contracts and addendums well enough that you know it. So it's like, well, nah, Section 3 don't say that. Yeah. Nah, I don't. But I hear what you're saying. But Section 3 per the contract, and what can they say? So as long as you know your stuff, you're good to go.
No, and that's funny, because I think those who are more animated and raise the voice are the ones who don't know the contract is good, and they're just hoping that you back down.
Correct.
If I raise and yell now, they'll get scared and say, okay, fine, we'll just cave in. But like you said, if you know the contract, here's what we agreed to, here's what we'll sign off on. I'm not sure why you're all pissed off, but you can piss off. Just keep that shit over there. Ain't happening.
Correct. Do you all have due diligence in your state?
So we have a 15-day, well, by default, we have a 10-day inspection period, a 15-day inspection for home inspections or whatever you can do. If you don't want a home inspection, you can say, hey, this has my own due diligence. Yeah, you can have that.
Okay, so here is, oh my God, it's like, exactly, it's for inspection purposes, termite, radon, home inspection, whatever inspection you want to get, and you can stretch that out long as whatever's agreed upon from the buyer and the seller.
Correct.
But what happens is you're paying for that. So you're saying, as a part of your contract, you might say purchase price $250, earnest money, $1,000, due diligence fee. I'm giving up $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 for that.
We don't have that.
Okay, so you don't get that money back. You don't get that money back. The only way you get that money back, unless the seller does not perform, but it is a credit on the HUD, but you don't see that money. So my point in saying that is, I have clients who, as though we submitted offers and we don't ask for due diligence, period. So there should not be no fee. But what happens is you get sellers saying, where's due diligence money? Like, well, we not asking for a fee. No, but you're supposed to. Well, I mean, and the agents are, so this tells me the agents don't know the contract. That's why I'm bringing this up. Don't know the contract, and they're not guiding their clients. Like I said earlier, you have the impact of controlling your clients. If you knew the contract well enough, you'll tell your client, hey, listen, the due diligence fee is only if they have a period, but they're not asking for that per the contract. So we really can't make them just give us money. Right. So that's why I say know your contracts, people. When you know your contracts and your addendums, it'll give you a confidence, not arrogance, but a confidence to speak with clarity.
No, that's it. If you're an agent, listen to this, seasoned or not. I mean, listen, it seems like the Headley Group over there has what it takes to make you guys into probably what you want to be. I'm saying
that's
now.
Right.
I've been in the business. Listen, full disclosure, business since licensed since 2005, in real estate since 2000. I have been into about maybe like a dozen brokerages throughout the years and stuff like that, because I've always thought on the other side there was something that was better for me. And I can tell you right now, you're probably the second broker who I've actually talked to that has what it takes to run a successful. And I say that with all honesty.
I appreciate that, man.
No, straight up, man, because it's very, very hard to come across it.
Oh, man.
There's some who start out strong and good and do the right thing.
Correct.
Then once that check comes in and they see the bonuses from the national franchises and stuff like that, oh, you got this many. It's like, then they just go downhill from there, stuff like that. So thank you for doing what you do.
Bless you. Okay, thank you.
Thank you for doing what you do, man. Keep doing it. Don't ever stop doing that and stuff like that. And I hate you. We shouldn't have to talk about this, but being a minority and you're, two minority people talking to each other in the industry, it's good to talk to someone who understands, especially an REO guy. That is like on top of that, man.
Correct.
So you get it, but it's good to see. I was on your website. I saw the amount of minority male, females you have on your roster, which is dope. I love that. I really, really love that, stuff like that. So if you're in Carolina, guy, if you're in North Carolina, hit them up. If you're looking to get your license. Go ahead.
Let me add to that. And again, it's the elephant in the room. I'm putting it out there. I'm open for any and everybody, right? But unfortunately, sometimes the other side don't want to interview with me, which is unfortunate. But here's the crazy thing about it.
That's on them.
You'll see us. We all over there. Hey, how you doing it? But when it comes to interviewing with somebody, the experience, the knowledge, the platforms, the systems that got your back, I run into this right here, which is crazy. But hey, it's all good because I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna make it do.
I was just gonna say it is what it is. It's on them to
That's right.
They not want to be part of it. So before I let you go, man, first of all, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Number two, what words of encouragement can you give to anybody who either A, has just gone into the business or is thinking about getting to the business?
Okay. The word of encouragement I would really say is that be prepared to give all of you, right? Mm-hmm. And all of you will require the two words that I said earlier, which is you're going to be inconvenienced and you're going to have to sacrifice a lot of things, right? But these are the things what all the top brokers have done. If you sat down and had an interview, or we went to YouTube, any of the top brokers in the country, all of them went through the same process. Don't expect the results to be success when you only put in 10%.
There you go. Can't say any clearer than that. You can't.
Can I say follow the show?
Oh, absolutely. Matter of fact, when am I getting on your show?
Okay. Well, listen, we're gonna get that going. I'm gonna get with. I'll send you a message. I'll get with Kayla so we can send you a message so we can have you on our show.
There we go.
And the thing is, and we share the same tone. The Headley Group Real Estate Show. We everywhere: YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, Apple, everywhere. We want to support. And
so they Google that. They can get you on YouTube, social media, all that stuff.
Everywhere. Okay. We over
cool.
there. The Headley Group Real Estate Show, right there. They catch us everywhere, audio and visual.
Cool. So, guys, thanks again, Mike. I appreciate your time, man. I appreciate everything you've done, everything you've said. It's refreshing to hear someone like you. I thoroughly, man, from here, man. I really appreciate that. I do.
Appreciate that.
Each and every week, like I said, we do our best to try to give you guys value here at the Mindset Movement, and we did it. I hope we did it this week with Brother Headley over here. And each and every week, I close out the show saying the same thing: just do right by the client. If you take care of the client, everything else will fall into place. Don't chase the money. Just take care of the client. And sometimes that's you. Sometimes you are the client. And if you take care of yourself and if you're 100% honest with yourself, that will go ahead and turn around and exude onto your clients with your performance, with your attitude and your mentality. Simple as that. So have a great week. Be safe out there. Be careful out there. Be good to each other. See y'all next week.